We'll be right back. What? Oh, well, I guess we're starting.
Oh, wait,
we're live. What? I was just tasting this awful drink. Sorry, folks. Anyway, we are. This is real. This is Our Reviews Will Kill You, the bodacious podcast with the most fantastically bearded and handsome host you'll ever meet on the street. It's Friday night, and we're live on YouTube, and we're also here enjoying the fruits of our labor as we get ready for that Memorial Day weekend. So I hope you folks strap in for quite a show. We've got some entertaining stuff. I am the man they know as Z, and I am joined by one of the other people who sits near me. His name is the Noob.
I put 2 cherries in my appletini.
No, go back. 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 No, go back.
It's a lot of people saying go back.
I think what they're saying, though, is what the viewers don't realize is that right before we went live, I was sitting on Z's lap. So what that chant is saying is go back on his lap. Press 1 for yes. It's not interactive. I'm going to do it anyway.
It's not interactive.
I'm going to do it anyway.
No, get away from me. Don't even get your... Oh, God, it's as bitter as your drink. And we have the hostess with the mostest, the blue-capped wonder, the one, the only, Scott Keebler. No longer blue-capped.
What's going on over there? Can you explain that?
Love.
It's something weird going on over there. I don't want to be involved in it. I do appreciate the fact that I'm now remote location. Thank God for that, because whatever you two are doing is just something very weird. I do not want to be involved in it at all. You are
other big news. The lockdown might be lifted soon, so you could be live in studio sooner than you think, Scott.
I hope not.
He's lubed up and waiting for you, Scott.
I'm not coming back. I've gotten too used to this. I'm not coming back. This is fantastic. I don't want to change this up.
I think this is he's on a no pants Friday kick.
I'm on a no pants every day.
You can keep the pants off here.
This is pants off every day.
Every day.
Love this.
I see. Well, Noob, why don't you tell us what is on today's agenda?
Yes, so someone ran away with my balls in a video game, so I'll go over that. I was quite peeved about it, though. It got me very angry and titillated. Apparently, there's pranks in governors that are fucking cousins in the middle of the country. I think that's most governors in the middle of the country fuck their cousins, right? Anyway.
I don't know about that.
There has been a hazing scandal that I'm cheering for about the Kentucky basketball team. I don't know if that's boys or girls. We'll find out.
You're hoping it's for boys.
Tate Reeves. Is that a person? Or is that Matt Reeves, but we spelled it wrong? I don't know. Apparently, we have a black cult that is coming into fruition. It's got a great leader, though. We'll get into that. There's going to be a racist ad that might be bringing upon the Fourth Reich. Who knows?
Favorite type of ads, Noob.
The best kind of ad bringing upon the Fourth Reich. Fyre Fest update. Are we still talking about that? Wasn't that like 17 years ago? Did Justin Bieber start it up again? Who
Justice
knows?
for Fyre Fest.
We're going to get into some breaking news. Well, we kind of already got into it in one of our chat room podcasts, but with Ruby Rose, we have some good news around her.
Good news?
Good. Well, sort of, maybe. I don't. Depends. Then we have plenty of reviews. There's a CW update by yours truly, featuring Stargirl, Supergirl, and Batwoman. This is just a Warriors of Justice.
So
Zena's going to be in there too. I'm going to review that. Blacklist, which ended about a week ago, and The Other Missy, which is the Netflix movie without Adam Sandler, which is why it's probably good
and popular.
Yes, without Adam Sandler, just produced by him, and he hired all of his friends.
As always.
Yes.
What else would you expect?
That's it. That's what we're doing today. Things.
Good news, everyone.
I would also like to say we do have the chat is now up and running, so if you have anything you'd like to chime in, feel free to do so.
Questions, comments, concerns. Things you'd like Noob to do,
exactly.
like jump off a bridge.
Like beat your ass in Madden, because that's our first story.
Isn't this exactly why you said you don't play PV? You don't play actual people. You just play the game.
So Madden had its Madden Bowl tournaments recently, about a week ago, and last Saturday, esports player nicknamed Joke won his first career Madden Bowl, taking home $65,000.
65 G's.
And he did so by literally not throwing a single fucking pass. A little preface for those who play Madden or like Madden anyway. This tournament wasn't just, straight up teams. As you see, it was Tennessee. The final match was against the Bengals. So Joke is Tennessee and the Bengals right there if you're watching on YouTube.
Who played with the Bengals? Was it another player?
The loser, yeah.
Why would he play with the Bengals?
Well, that's what I'm getting to. So this was a lottery draft type deal for the teams. So you basically had an allotted amount of money, and you had access to all players, currents, past, present, everything. And each player had different monetary value and everything and such. So Joke built his team around running, obviously, because he didn't throw a pass, but he didn't even have a quarterback. The punter was his quarterback. Offensive linemen were his wide receivers. And he didn't throw one pass, didn't attempt one pass, didn't do anything other than run HB dive, which is a run up the fucking middle, and just try to run around people.
So you're kind of salty about this.
So, I watched this entire match, and I was so fucking angry because I play Madden. I just don't play it online because of these pieces
Because you
of shit.
stink.
No, because these people are pieces of shit. They're not good in any way. I would probably beat this dipshit in Madden.
Except he just
good.
won $65,000 and you didn't.
If he listens to our podcast, which he probably does because it's world famous, even in Norway, I think we have one person in Ireland, probably Conor McGregor.
I think there's 8 in Ireland. And one of them is definitely Conor McGregor.
Most definitely Conor McGregor. Look at him. He's a little baby back bitch. He probably has a tiny penis. I don't know. Depending on, it's probably packing given the circumstance. But he knows what I'm talking about. But,
so you're saying this guy would beat your ass in Madden and in life?
No, he would not. He's probably like 5'5". He's a bitch. But I just don't understand. I hate this. I play him. I would literally play him, broadcast it, and I'd be able to stop his stupid running because he does the same play. He does the same play.
Oh, clearly, the other guy couldn't stop him
because he's an idiot. Does the same fucking play.
Well, then you need to reach out to him and challenge him and tell him that you will play him live for $1 million.
Yes, because I have $1 million.
How about you play him for a handshake and a blowjob?
That's fine. What about King Ghidorah lubed up and the loser takes it in the ass?
But if
King Ghidorah is not allowed to go there.
But if he accepts,
look at that tail. That would hurt.
Out.
That's a spiky tail. Look at that right there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So he didn't throw a single pass. It annoyed the shit out of me. How he wasn't able to be stopped because he did the same literal play and just audibled out of it every time. It was annoying.
So you're butthurt about it.
I was quite annoyed. I was sweating in anger watching this. I was screaming in my bedroom naked, watching this man win money doing the same play over and over again.
But isn't that just the old school cheat where you just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again?
Yes, and that's another reason why I don't play Madden online because it's obviously a team sport. You're controlling.
So you've never beaten an actual human player ever?
Yes, I have.
Oh, really? When was that?
I mean, I beat my uncle
he beats
off
himself
Madden
every night,
every week, but and that's online. And then I used to play online like 7 years ago, and I was like 60-2. So,
against the AI?
No, I don't lose against the AI.
Oh,
not some bitch. Not some. But you want to play me in Madden? I will fucking lube your ass up with peanut butter and wax it. Yeah. Okay. Let's get off this topic because I'm getting heated. Let's move on to a Mississippi governor who apparently got pranked while reading high school grads' names on a live stream. How did he get pranked? Let's see.
Scott's got the audio and
there's
video
audio.
for us.
So never mind. I don't need to look up anything.
No, you don't.
I'm just going to drink.
Just see if you can laugh at it. See if you pick it up.
Oh, it's racist, isn't it?
Gavin Christopher Davis, racist adults. Harry Ashcraft.
Did I hear Jerry Asscrack?
No.
No, you heard Harry ass crack.
Oh, Harry ass crack.
And if you really watch the video, because it's kind of taken out of context a little bit, the governor's literally reading every single kid who graduated from that state just to make them feel better because they're all locked in.
Let's actually,
And he clearly pauses after he says "hairy ass crack."
We will go ahead. We'll play that again because that is kind of quiet. I'll see if I can bring it up just a touch more, and also play it for our viewers on YouTube.
Ethan Cini, Gavin Christopher Davis, Grayson Doss, Harry Ashcraft.
Harry.
He paused.
He realizes his defeat. He's like, ah,
Oh, I got snookered. He had a good time with it, though. He went on Twitter and thanked Harry Ascrack's family.
Said that
So he had a good
didn't he say
time with
something
it.
like he's got a bright future ahead of him or something.
Yeah. So at least he was like, look, we all need a joke now and then. So I thought that was pretty good that he was able to do that.
But who actually did it though? Like, I don't.
They don't. You might have the Twitter story yourself there, Chiefy.
This is where Tate Reeves comes into play. This makes more sense. Who's Tate Reeves? Harry Submitter has a bright future as a Simpsons writer. In 10 minutes, we'll be what?
Harry's submitter, whoever submitted Harry Ascrack for him, has a bright future.
It
Because
wasn't
it's a
spelled like
Simpsons
Harry
joke.
Ascrack. Oh, because of Bart, right? Bart always did that on
but it was
Yes, he would
submitted-
call Mo.
It was submitted by Ben, a proud member of the Dover family.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Dover?
Yes.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Ah.
I see. It's not that funny. It's not funny on The Simpsons. It's not funny when you do it, Scott.
It's hilarious.
It's
Those
not
Mo
that funny.
jokes. I think it's hilarious.
Are you a 5-year-old child?
Yes.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Oh, and here's some Missouri news randomly. Coronavirus cases, 11,232. Only 631 deaths.
Oh, here's also what's funny is it wasn't Missouri governors, it was Mississippi's governor. So news guy, you fucked up.
Yeah. Look,
what's Mississippi?
He's literally looking at it.
Hold
It says,
on. I'm going to look at the
Mississippi
notes
governor.
you sent me. I'm going to look at the notes.
Wait, then who sent
I'm
you?
looking at the notes I sent myself.
Wait, Noob, you're gonna look at the notes
I'm
for the
looking
stories
at them.
that you create.
It says...
The stories that you created.
It says Missouri governor.
So you write these.
Yes. Well,
And you're literally looking at the story on your
my
computer that says
intern-
Mississippi
I'm
governor.
super lazy. I don't want to read. I didn't go to school. Obviously, I went to school in Mississippi and didn't learn to read because the state's stupid.
Jesus.
So-
That's very interesting.
oh, that's not a person. That's not even a real name.
It's not, but
no.
it's not a name. It's just interesting.
Oh boy. Anyway, that's Brown.
What?
So it's Mississippi governor. Either way, that's a.
And your Corona story has, or the Black Plague, or the thing that shall not be named on YouTube.
Yes, it kills black people.
Oh my God! What are you saying?
Does it? Oh my! Coronavirus is racist. Look at Scott. He's like, oh my God, is it actually racist?
Could you just blank out your screen?
Does
I'm not associated with this human being.
Out. It's just
Is it really?
I'm out.
Is it racist? No. How can a virus be racist? That doesn't make any sense. Did it like?
It is the Wuhan flu though, or is that racist?
Like the
too?
only way it could be racist? Did like coronavirus somehow
You
embody?
keep saying the word you're not allowed to say on YouTube.
Coronavirus, COVID-19.
Stop saying that. You're gonna get us pulled. Well, not like we don't get pulled all the time. So
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to another state with cousin sex. That is Kentucky, and they have basketball teams, and they do hazing apparently to their cheerleaders. So Kentucky's a 24-time national champion cheerleading program has been rocked by a scandal.
how many times do you have you participated in the cheerleading?
I have
Look, it looks like a wild pig.
Oh
Isn't
my
that
God, that's hot.
noob?
Yeah.
That's up on top of the pile there.
Jomo Thompson and his 3 assistant coaches were all fired after an Jomo is his literal name. Into a hazing, partially nude gymnastics stunt, and alcohol drinking on university-sponsored trips.
That sounds like fun. Who took out the fun in college?
Yeah, well, apparently you can't do it on university-sponsored trips. The investigation started after an unnamed college administrator launched it in February of 2020, receiving a call from a parent. Oh boy.
My child was nude
Yes.
and pranked.
The
I
allegations.
mean, I'm gonna say that doesn't seem like a bad idea from the pictures that Scott's posting.
Yes. So here, the allegations. The first allegation: cheerleaders engaged in sexually explicit chanting and song.
What does that mean?
I don't even know.
I think there's a chant that they might have chanted.
Oh, is that the noob go back? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Scott might know.
Go back. No, 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 go back.
I think that's a chant we need to hear across stadiums and across this entire country once we reopen.
I do miss the original chant, but I mean, I'll take the noob go away one. Those skirts are really short there.
That's
folks.
how every cheerleading uniform in America is.
So your cheerleading uniform is that short?
It is that short. I mean, I don't have the thighs like they do, but I mean, I do have the calves.
It's funny though, because Noob Noob wears something that short with no underwear and he still doesn't hang out.
No, that's the best part. That's why I was such a great cheerleader, because they could catch me right in the grundle with no pain at all. Was tucked in.
He could lock in. The pivot man underneath could actually put his entire hand up inside Noob Noob and lock onto him.
Oh my god!
Like a puppet.
then-
yes,
and
I
Noob
was
would
the puppet
never-
master.
They
That
just
way he would
operated
never drop
Noob Noob.
That
off.
was the nickname.
He would
Yeah.
never draw with the period. That's-
Leads to a lot of hemorrhoids. Like, a lot of people don't know the risks of anal play. Hemorrhoids, ladies and gentlemen. Hemorrhoids are not fun.
That's why they
Preparation
call
is your
Noob
best
Noob
friend.
the spindle.
That is also very interesting.
Oh my god! What? Oh boy. So I don't think Mexicans like anal though. They just like avocados.
Whoa!
Anyway, during a retreat, squad members drank alcohol on boats. Okay, so
That's fun.
at the retreat, cheerleaders performed basket toss stunts while topless.
That's
that sounds
also fun.
awesome. When skinny dipping, also awesome. Cheerleaders used university-provided per diem cards for purchases other than me. This sounds like the most bullshit fucking investigation I've ever heard in my life.
Sounds like
This is
lies.
dumb. This is dumb.
It's
Fake
hazing-
news.
hazing-
This is the only reason.
It's real news.
But yeah, it's real
real
news. But
news.
Kentucky sucks as a
It's
state
hazing.
for
Hazing's
doing
been around
this.
forever. As long as it's not dangerous and actually injuring people and actually like doing bad things to people, it's just for fun. It's just
Well, when you hear the stories
You gotta pick
about
and
them
choose.
being sodomized with like poles or having, like, I think sodomy is where we draw the line. Oh my God, Scott, you
Jesus.
love that.
That's a little much. When you get
That's
into
the Wilhelm
sodomy
scream, right?
stuff, that is just a scream. That's not. The
Oh, that's
Wilhelm
just the scream.
That's
It is the
just-
Wilhelm
that's
scream,
just
though,
an
right?
orc-
The
no,
one
that's
that
just-
everybody uses.
No, it's not.
That's a
What
porn
is it?
star.
What's it called?
That was a porn star.
That's the guy who finishes on glasses, right?
Yeah,
Dropping loads.
That's like,
Yeah, but
that's
what's
like,
the scream in Star Wars? Wilhelm,
The
right?
Wilhelm scream.
Okay. Yeah, they used that in the last episode of Legends of Tomorrow.
They use that
I
in
noticed that.
everything. That's actually that's like a trope. Is you have to use the Wilhelm scream in order for your movie to be successful. It's like a
It's a
good luck charm.
Yes.
Oh, so every big movie uses it?
And small
Almost.
movies. Every project I've done has had the Wilhelm scream in it. It's just you always put it in because it's a good luck charm.
Yeah, how about that? Anyway, so let's move on from Kentucky to
Obama?
a black cult apparently.
I thought you were talking about going from Alabama to Obama.
Yes, well, okay, that's a good transition. Alabama. Well, we didn't go to Alabama, but
But
Obama.
we went to Kentucky.
Obama is a whole lot of
Former president.
Yes, former
Obama.
President Obama and She-Hulk, his wife.
It's not She-Hulk.
Look at those arms.
You are so...
What are you? That is literally a man with a wig. I don't know.
Oh
how
my
else to-
God, no. Michelle Obama.
Like she wears the
2020.
pants in that relationship. She is a pegger.
Well, you don't wear the pants in any relationship,
don't.
so you must see
Nobody
it
loves
coming.
me. Anyway, so apparently they have a summer house that's a little creepy and kind of resembles a cult.
It's
I
on
don't-
It's an
Martha's Vineyard.
outrage!
yeah, why is that? How is that picture on YouTube is their summer house? It's like 80,000 square
It's
feet.
an
or
outrage!
Some shit. But why is that a cult?
Just start looking at the interior.
Here's
Okay.
the interior. Look at
It's
that.
nice and white.
Yeah, that is everything is perfectly white. That's like the house you're not allowed to play in. You can't get dirt. You can't wear your shoes. There's probably plastic on those sofas.
The whole house is just white.
Yeah. It's a shame that Rick James isn't around anymore. That doesn't look cultish to you?
It looks a little cultish.
Where's Rick James when you need him? To get your white sofas dirty.
This is not a house that you would enjoy growing up in.
Oh, there's not white flooring.
Mm.
Seriously, why is it
How do you
that
feel
white?
about that?
Well, hold on. I have a conspiracy. What if the Obamas are secretly ashamed of being black, so they're making their house really white to compensate? Just saying. Hey, facts. This is facts.
He used to live in the White House.
Oh my! This is you're proving my point here. Oh my God! Is Obama transitioning? Is he Michael Jacksoning?
He's not transitioning.
Is he Michael Jacksoning? And then he wants an interracial relationship, and he can't have that because of She-Hulk is or chocolate She-Hulk. What are you, an Orange Man defender?
I
like you know, if you ain't black, you're not voting for Biden. Or what did he say today? I don't know, some dumb shit. But
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh my God, your political commentary is all over the place today.
It's Obama's in the news.
It's an outrage.
Oh, there's not more pictures? Okay.
It's an outrage.
Cool. Don't show more pictures.
It's an outrage.
So let's go from one white hot thing to another hot white thing. Although, is Kendall Jenner white? I don't really know.
You're just like, what is wrong with you today? Did your drink go to your Did you directly?
Oh wait, let's go back to what is that? Oh, that's Kendall Jenner.
They're women, so you're not that interested.
This is something that you will never know.
Is that where's Kendall Jenner? Is that the fight? Yeah. So anyway, Kendall Jenner is agreeing to pay $90,000 in the Fyre Fest lawsuit. Oh my God, that's so much money to her.
Wouldn't you make that deal? You get paid $225,000 and you have to pay back $90,000 of it.
That's a perfect return on investment. I definitely would take that deal.
Yes, Scott would take that deal. Scott would gladly give you 2 hamburgers today and pay you on Tuesday
for 1 hamburger back.
Kendall, just a side note, Kendall Jenner is definitely the best of the Jenners, I would say.
She's an attractive young lady.
Currently.
She seems like the least hoary also.
Really?
Well,
didn't she date that Sixer?
No, that was Kylie.
Ben Simmons? No, that's Kendall. Get your Jenners right.
Oh, so they're just all over the tall.
It's an outrage.
It's an outrage.
Anyway, so Fyre Fest happened like 17 years ago.
2 years ago. 3 years ago?
Was it really? I don't know. Where some fat white dude made up some shit.
We reviewed. There was actually, if you want to go back in our back catalog of episodes, we did a review of the Fyre Fest, both documentaries where we outline exactly what happened in Fyre Fest. So
yes,
and
I do not currently remember.
Or here's the post or Instagram post or whatever it was that got her in the most trouble. Was this one right here?
What does it say? I can't read it.
He's blind, so I can read it for you. Kendall Jenner says, "So hyped to announce my GOOD music family is the first headliner for at Fyre Festival. Get tickets now at fyrefestival.com. VIP access for my followers. Use my promo code KJ on Fire for the next 24 hours to get on the list for the artist and talent after party on Fyre K. Hashtag Fyre Fest." Will we get pulled for this too?
I don't know. I think that's like a dance mix. I don't think it's the actual song.
You get 10 seconds to play it, and that's it.
You know what we don't get pulled for? Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, we just got pulled.
We did not. We got pulled down for more Dragon Ball Z.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
So, I'm just waiting for that. What was that dude's name? What was the Fyre Fest dude's name?
I don't know. You have the article literally open in front of you.
Not Jeffrey Epstein.
It was not Jeffrey Epstein.
Definitely not him.
Are you? What are you talking about? The guy who said he'd suck off for water bottles?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
That's the guy you were. Is that the guy you remember?
And blow the guy to get like water into the Fyre Fest thing. What was his name? I'm not Googling it. I really don't care.
So what's the news?
What?
What's the story?
The story's over. She paid $90,000.
All right, moving on.
First, okay, yeah. Anyway.
Next.
So this is actually big news. Just happened this week, and it's kind of odd because you don't see this that often. Ruby Rose, an Australian actress who got a lead role in the CW show Batwoman, after its first season, got renewed for season 2. Didn't have great ratings though, but she has exited the role after the season finale. And
where'd she come up with that, Scott?
Oh, she's going for unemployment.
She is going for unemployment.
She's getting that extra $600. That helps. That definitely helps, right, Scott?
Yes, that does help. What?
Oh, it does. There you go.
So we did do a much larger segment on this. If you want to catch our chat room, which we do randomly whenever there's fun news, we actually had our guest host / guest, Sean from Sensibly Cynical podcast. And not only did we talk Batwoman, but he also convinced us to watch Money Heist. So if you get a chance, go back and catch that episode. That was a good one.
Yeah, so anyway, Ruby Rose apparently left the Batwoman series because of the demanding schedule. So,
that's what they're saying now, because originally it wasn't really announced as to why.
Yeah, so that multiple reports have been coming out that it was just, there was a lot of friction on set because of the demanding hours. And
a lot of friction?
Yeah, a lot of friction. Lot of scissoring.
Scissor friction?
Because she's a lesbian. As is
Are you
Batwoman.
Sure about that?
No, she's definitely a lesbian. Like every role she's been in, she's been a lesbian. Honestly, I don't think she's been a straight character in the show.
What was she in John Wick?
I don't know. Mute? So asexual? But anyway, so that was one of the main reasons that was stated. And Mark Guggenheim is kind of the writer, one of the executive producers on the CW Arrowverse stuff. Kind of took it with a grain of salt and says it's a good opportunity for the show to grow. And it's bittersweet to have her say goodbye, but there's excitement for the possibilities that are next.
Oh, yeah, it's great when your lead actress leaves the show. That's always a win. Just talk to, ER or Grey's Anatomy. They all went on to win after they lost their top actors.
And your possibilities when your main goal is to make sure you place her with another LGBT actress. Because why not look for the best actress? You can only find someone of certain sexual orientation, which is like reverse what the whole community is trying to be.
Are you saying they're not an equal opportunity employer?
I say, yeah, absolutely. I think that the way they keep pushing this LGBT agenda on it is actually hurting the LGBT community.
Will you call OSHA?
Isn't it OSHA?
OSHA.
What does OrkU have to do with any of this?
OSHA.
Oh shit.
Well, if you notice, Ruby Rose, I'm not sure how many people follow her, but she's never had a leading role up until this point. So I don't really know, is she a bitch for just being like, oh, they're working me too hard because I've never had a leading role? Because every other actor on Arrow that's been a lead role, like Oliver Queens, Stephen Amell, said that the hours were demanding and he was a bit of a dick sometimes, but he kind of pushed through it. Grant Gustin for The Flash, he works the same long hours. He still sticks through it. She just couldn't, go through it for some reason. So is she like a giant pussy for that? Or?
They are long days. It is a lot of work for him, but take the long work and a lot of hours and the heavy duty shit, combine that with having an accident that almost paralyzes you, and you can kind of see why she would have a reason to leave. I mean, really, come on.
Yeah, but she wasn't that, she's not well known enough to be like, okay, I'm going to land another great role.
She almost got paralyzed from the show, and someone else died on set.
You got to risk it to get the biscuit.
Yeah, there's rules and laws about that.
All right. Well, if you want to hear a bigger breakdown of it, we did do that, so you can catch that elsewhere. What else? Anything else?
That's it for the news, and we're going to transition into some more reviews, which is going to include my season 1 review.
Some more reviews?
Are you sure that's everything?
But we're gonna lead it off with Stargirl.
Are you sure that's everything for the news?
Oh wait, where's the racist video of Volkswagen? I want to see. I want to see racism.
He's such a fan of
racism.
racism.
Show me the racist stuff.
Yes, Noob loves racism. He lives for it.
I'm really confused. Let's see if this is actually.
Let's see if it's actually racist. If Noob laughs, it's 100% racist.
Der neue Guy.
What?
Did you just laugh?
Did they just flick away a black guy?
Oh!
Hold on. I don't. So what? I'm confused.
There's describe what you're seeing there. It's a
a black guy is dance walking, then a white man picks him up.
Giant white hand.
Giant white man picks him up and puts him. Okay. Okay. I can see this being racist.
And then the giant white hand flicks
him into a black hallway.
And I'm pretty sure that the name of the restaurant that he's flicked into is something Petite Cologne or Petite Color or something. There's more to the story than meets the eye.
It's the
What is that,
colony.
Scott?
The colony is what it translates to. It's French.
Oh, small colony, like
Small
little colony.
Yeah.
Petit means little.
Also,
So was that?
you can also take a look at some of the letters that are on the screen there.
Oh no!
That's kind of. I was like, what is going on here?
Do you see? Yeah. That's definitely.
That's the hard R. Like, Childish Gambino is not happy.
That's the German spelling, actually. That's the German spelling for the N-word.
Oh,
wait, is it really?
Yes.
No.
Bullshit.
No, that's how they spell it with E's.
Get out of
It's either
town.
German or Dutch, but they spell it with
I
E's.
almost said it.
Did you speak German? You almost said it. You're such a racist. Do you? Wow. So that's definitely intentional, right?
No.
It's not intentional.
You don't think so?
Look,
I thought Germans hated the Jews, not the blacks.
All right.
Oh,
so
that guy was Jewish too.
So the two white hands flicking the black guy into the little colony. Yes, that's probably intentional. Whoever wrote this probably has a racist undertones to their life, whether they know it or not, but that's what they did. As for these letters popping up, if you look at from beginning to end, it's just how they randomly appear as Der Nigel pops up there. So
Don't they program that stuff though?
No. I mean, if I was doing that, there's programs in the effects that just pop letters up randomly.
So you're saying the algorithm is racist?
That algorithm could have done the same thing to me, depending on the spelling of something. But
the algorithm is racist.
Or the guy or the person that put this together is actually genius racist and did that part on purpose. So
what about the name of the restaurant itself? You think that's all just a giant coincidence?
I don't know. It could be. I don't know if Petite Cologne is a actual place where they were filming. I don't know if anyone put thought into the fact that they had two white hands flicking around the black dude. Look, it could have been one way completely, where it could have been just they got a good actor to play the person getting thrown around. They picked another actress to play the hands. They filmed in front of a restaurant called Petite Cologne, and then the algorithm popped the letters up on the screen in that order. That could be one way to put it. The other way to put it is whoever put this ad together is extremely racist, snuck all of this past Volkswagen, and was able to get it up there. Meanwhile, Volkswagen has dropped this ad. It's disappeared from all of their whatever.
I just don't understand the point of the commercial.
I don't get it either. It doesn't help me sell Volkswagen.
Like, there's just a Volkswagen, like, cool, and then there's a dude walking, and then he gets picked up and flicked away. Like, what?
Der neue Guy.
Like, what? There's no why.
Actually, it's not a good commercial. So any way you look at it, it's racist.
Now that I watch it, I think they were like trying to say that dude was going to like try and steal or mess with their car. So they.
Oh, that's even more racist.
That's even more racist.
More racist. So I don't know.
So everything about this was just so the Germans now no longer they love Jews, they hate the blacks.
No, they hate both.
They hate oh boy.
They have a history of it, so
Do they hate? Oh shit! I forgot about that too.
Oh, you so bad at the news. Oh my god!
Yeah, one of the biggest news stories, and this is
his favorite. He wanted to do a whole chat room on this.
This is shame on. Oh, we're going to. This is a show, especially when it releases. Shame on me. Snyder Cut finally has gotten its justice. So the Justice League Snyder Cut is coming to HBO Max exclusively in 2021. So it's still a little bit away, which is depressing.
Well, they got to put this. They have to finish the CGI
all the
effects.
work.
Yes, which is going to cost 20 to 30 million, apparently.
That seems like a pretty good investment, though. Like, I don't know what they paid.
Oh, this is going to make a whole lot of money.
It's going to get a lot of subscribers, right?
Oh yeah, I'm signing up for the free subscription for a week, gonna watch the shit out of it, and then buy it on 4K once it comes out.
Are you not going to watch the Friends revival?
No, who cares about Friends?
Are you going to watch?
Friends was overrated.
What if they have other really good shows? Would you watch them?
Sure. Yeah, I haven't heard anything from HBO Max other than the Snyder Cut that has kept me interested.
What the hell is the difference, by the way, between getting HBO and HBO Max? Like, you already have HBO.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Like,
why would you get
HBO and HBO Go? But they're like, you know what? Pay some more for HBO Max.
I don't get it. Why would you do that? Like, what's the difference? Or is this going to be cheaper?
Because they're going to throw a whole bunch of extra stuff on HBO Max. Chelsea Handler just announced her special.
Who wants that?
Max. Some other things are popping up at HBO Max. Apparently, this is going to be like with the other subscription services where you can only get certain stuff if you get the Max package as opposed to something else.
I do love Max packages.
Although the other thing that's going to be kind of depressing is Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut was intended to be a 2 to 3 part saga. So it's still going to end in a way where you're going to be pissed because you're going to see a movie that was so much better that would have done financially much better if it was released as intended. You're going to be like, "Oh, we're never getting the sequels to this."
Well,
so
it is interesting because everyone has chimed in from Henry Cavill to Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is posting multiple times, release the Snyder Cut. He's stoked about it, obviously.
Jason Momoa is all about that
He's
Snyder Cut.
all about the Snyder Cut.
Henry Cavill, ladies and gents, it finally happened. The Snyder Cut will be next year. Now, I know there have been 2 camps over the whole Snyder Cut thing and whether it'll happen in a while. Just remember, we all get to have more Justice League now, which is a win-win, so be nice to each other. Big congratulations to you, Mr. Snyder. Even in real life, he's Superman. He talks the same exact way as actual Superman.
He's just like Superman.
Oh, Henry Cavill is just a man amongst boys.
Oh, I forgot. Were we going to call out? Weren't we supposed to argue about something on this one?
Momoa, we can do that, but real fast, we do have Momoa went ahead he came out loud and proud and screaming on I guess Instagram.
We're just sitting around doing nothing. Fucking release the Snyder Cut, am I right?
Exactly. Release the Snyder Cut.
Release the fucking Snyder Cut.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, what are we waiting for? There's some goodies in there. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there, so hopefully, generally the shit I put out there comes true. Let's hope it does. Release the fucking Snyder Cut, baby!
I love Jason Momoa. He's the man. Like, if I were gay, I would swallow him.
Wow.
You'd do it now anyway.
But that's fair. That's fair. Who wouldn't, though? Honestly, like, that man is gorgeous.
I think I'm pretty. I don't know. Part of me's really excited, and part of me's like, what if this thing sucks?
It's not. There is literally zero chance, that it is worse than Whedon's movie.
Whedon's aborted fetus of a movie. Yes, that thing.
Hopefully,
is
this solidifies how fucking shitty Joss Whedon is.
I'm glad that you did finalize your statement with that there's no way it's gonna be worse than Whedon's version. It could still be a piece of shit. We don't know that. We won't know that till next year when it's released. This is a weird instance that we actually have this happening, this weird congruence of events that brought us to this point that there's actually the ability to bring in the Snyder Cut.
Bootleg chimed in, and he says that HBO is giving us the Irishman of DCEU.
No, fuck the Irishman. That's boring and old white
That's
people.
what I'm curious, Bootleg. Do you think that is this a bad move or a good move? Because I'm leaning towards good move. In fact, we have an issue with someone, and I don't know if we're actually gonna call them out. That was a Scott decision.
Okay, go ahead and call them out. I'm trying to pull the article up now.
Okay, well, it looks like someone wrote an article on a website that we disagree with sometimes. And this guy, I don't know his name, but we'll call him out, from Collider, says that releasing the Snyder Cut.
His name is Drew Taylor from Collider.
Drew Taylor from Collider, who's basically calling fans toxic. So what he did was he said that this release of the Snyder Cut is a dangerous precedent that's being set because God forbid the fans get what they want, which is to see a movie created by its original creator, not just... So this gives rise to people clamoring over the Suicide Squad original cut.
The Ayer cut.
The Ayer cut. So if a director has a cut that they would like the fans to see, and the fans are willing to pay for it, why is that dangerous? I don't understand. And if it gets HBO more subscribers, why is that a bad thing? Why does that make fans toxic? He claims in his article that the fans were bullying people and that we're the fan base is some kind of scumbags because they're bullying people for the Snyder Cut, because they paid for billboards and they wrote letters to people because they wanted to see a piece of art completed by its original director with the original intent that it was done. Am I missing something here, Scott?
They bullied, though, and he's saying the studio bullied those who suggested that maybe the Snyder version, which required tens of millions of dollars to finish, might actually be the worst version.
Again, that's for the fans to decide, is it not?
He says they bullied those who thought that theatrically released version was good.
Well, it's a piece of crap. So
I mean, it was okay. It was good considering the circumstances.
I think it was mediocre at best and
fans,
actually poor at best,
and the
at
fans
worst.
Mostly bullied Warner Brothers, who went in a completely different direction from what Snyder was planning.
How do you bully a multi-million-dollar, if not billion-dollar company? Can you please tell me how that happens? So only critics get to comment on things, and the fans should just shut their mouths and just pay their money and not have anything to say about it. The fans voted with their money. Justice League was not a big hit. And then you have people coming back being like, we want to see the original cut of this. We'll pay money to see it. That's called capitalism. Anything else is socialism. Down with socialism.
He's saying that the studio release coming to the demands, release the Snyder Cut, is mystifying and potentially dangerous. He says the message is clear. If you bitch and moan enough, chances are that the studio might not only agree with you, the method has been approved, blah, 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 blah. So he's saying that this is starting a precedence now that anyone who disagrees with the end of a movie is going to be able to bitch and moan and get a new end of the movie.
What they're not realizing is if enough bitching and moaning means there's enough money for people to want to buy it.
And if the director comes out and says, I have a better cut of this, which Snyder has been saying since the start of the entire thing, and people want to see it, and the only reason why the guy stepped aside was due to, this is an exceptional circumstance. He stepped aside from the movie because there was a death in the family. They hired Joss Whedon, who wrote 80 pages of script to finish the movie. I just think it's absurd. We have Bootleg chime back in because I asked him a question, and thank you for responding to me, Bootleg. He says it's good because, A, they'll get more subscriber money, which we're all saying. We all agree with that. And B, anything will be better than what we got, which I 100% agree with because what we got was crapola. And the one thing I always keep saying when I talk about this, I remember seeing the original trailer with that White Stripes song, Icky Thump, which was badass. And then we got to see like a 5-minute cutscene where Ben Affleck recruits Aquaman. And that scene was freaking badass. It was a really great scene. And he had a great joke about like, I heard you talk to fish. When I watched it in the movie theater, I literally turned to the person next to me and said, what did they do to that scene? They absolutely chopped it up and they added a bunch of idiots in the background talking about MacGuffins. So Joss Whedon's got his dirty little fingers on this movie and ruined it. And I just find it to be irritating that, like Noob Noob said, if the fans are willing to pay money for a cut that the director themselves said they have a cut, it's like paying for the director's cut of the movie when you buy a DVD. If you want the director's cut, we should be able to pay for it. And if we want to pay for it, you critic, whatever your name is, you jackass from Collider, we should be able to do whatever we want. If we want to pay for it, we're going to fucking pay for it.
Also, this
I would watch the
super
haircut.
Unique example. This never happens anywhere else that you have two completely different versions of a movie. Some studios will do different endings, and they come out with the Blu-ray specials. You see them. This is the one instance that a studio screwed up, that they brought in somebody else because someone else had a family emergency. This is such a unique situation that this will never happen again.
Well,
I don't agree with that because look at George Lucas and how many times he's edited his damn movies. And every time the dude makes billions of dollars, well, until he sold it to Disney, re-releasing edited versions of his movie. If the guy who had the vision for the thing wants to release a new version, they should, and the fans want to pay for it, let the marketplace decide. If this bombs, maybe they don't give an A cut. But if it does really well, maybe they pay for Suicide Squad. Apparently, there's a whole shitload of footage of Jared Leto acting his little titties off, and it might be more interesting.
The Jared Leto cut.
Yeah, setting up a whole storyline between the Joker and Batman and Suicide Squad. I'd like to see that. I mean, that'd be interesting to see. But for this guy, for Drew Taylor from Collider to say this is a dangerous precedent is ridiculous.
Yes, it's absurd, and it's, the whole thing is run by the fans. And if the fans don't like it, guess what? It gets canceled. And if the fans won't spend their money, guess what? It gets canceled. So if this doesn't make money, you ain't going to see anything else. But again, that's for the fans to judge with their wallets. So give us our power. Like, we have all the power. Just because you're a critic doesn't make you better than anybody else. If we want to see it, we'll pay for it, and so on. Like, get the hell out of here, you maniac. I don't know if that was just a clickbait article or that guy's genuinely like some wacko. But oh yeah, we have more news since Noob just forgot we had news.
What the fuck is this?
You totally forgot we had news.
Dear
And
God.
thank you, Bootleg.
What is
That was a
this?
great opinion, and thanks for contributing to the conversation there.
I don't know if this is news, but this is just fun.
Just fun.
This popped
What
up.
it-
This
what
popped
is it?
up.
This is Noob's backyard.
What the fuck? I don't understand what's going on. It's like a paint party. Or are they beating each other with milk?
No, it's paint.
Okay.
But you would like it to be milk, so you could lick it off.
Milk? Nothing wrong with milk. What is this? Is this Home Depot?
Guess what? If you had to guess what state it was, yes, it's Home Depot.
Alabama.
No. What
Come
kind of
on, man.
state does stuff like
Texas?
this always happen?
I'm just
Really?
going by Mexicans.
Oh my god!
What?
Wow.
Texas is close to Mexico. That's just a
If there was a
geographical thing.
state that always had the most,
Florida?
oh, there you
America's
go.
trash can.
I just love how this thing starts out. Now everyone's just standing around. I just love how it starts out with there's paint being thrown, there's buckets, there's a guy with a shovel just swinging.
Just swinging a damn shovel. They're hitting each other with paint cans. Paint's flying. What is
Paint's
going
flying
on here?
Everywhere. It's chaos. This is Florida. I mean, thank you, Florida, for making the rest of the country look so much better.
They're not even socially distancing, and they don't even have masks on.
They're
What
not.
is wrong with
They're
them?
having a paint party. They're not doing anything by the rule. They're shitting tub with shovels. It's absolute chaos down there. But yeah, so
Insanity.
yep.
Okay. Wow.
So is that finally the news
I think
there,
that's the
Scott?
end of it. I forgot like 3 news.
All
stories
of the
today.
news. You forgot half
My
of the
apple
news.
tea
All
was
of the
so
news.
delicious that I was too busy cum guzzling it.
You were so busy being a racist.
No, I'm not a racist. I just present facts.
Let's go already! Like my shiny metal
Tonight, you.
Okay, so there is. I'm trying to think of how to. So we have a lot of reviews. So I'm going to do my 3 reviews that I've solely watched because it's Noob's hour here. First off, just for dexterity's sake, we're going to go with the Blacklist.
Dexterity's sake.
Yeah, I just said a word. It's a good word too.
Do you even know what that word means?
Yeah, it means dicks. And so the Blacklist, yes, as you see, and coincidentally enough, they're white, so that's weird. Anyway, so the list that's black is on NBC, I think.
Racist.
Probably. No, it's not. NBC is racist? Wow,
No,
you heard it.
you
You
are
heard it
a
here from
racist.
Z. NBC hates the blacks. Anyway.
Why? Why? What is? You're so stupid.
Anyway, so the Blacklist ended prematurely, much like most shows.
Or like you in bed.
That too. Much
That's
like
very
most
interesting.
Oh my god. Are we good with that joke? She's not
What
even
joke?
listening. She is too busy being illegal.
Who's she?
The whore. Anyway, so the Blacklist, season 7 ended prematurely. A couple episodes, I think it's 4 episodes short. They actually stopped filming midway through this last episode, so the finale was half filmed, half not. So they kept cutting back and forth, which was kind of cool between animated and the footage they had.
Animated. They decided to animate the.
Yeah, they did the best they could. They Zoom meeting the voices, they animated it, whatever. They had to finish the episode. Given the circumstances, it was on a good ending point, setting up for season 8.
Why is the show still on?
The James Spader is the reason the show is still on.
I really like the show, and he had a list of like 60 people. He was
150, I think.
So
something like that.
they made 150 episodes.
I think it's more than 150.
Oh my god! So he's already through his Blacklist, and now he's on.
Well, like some episodes are 2-parters, 3-parters, some episodes, whatever.
Cheese and crackers.
The main point is James Spader is awesome. The whole story is so fucking convoluted that it doesn't make any sense. There's been 8 million
retcons,
reverses, retcons. You know, he's this, he's that. Is he her father, cousin,
they
uncle?
Still haven't resolved
son.
that.
Every season they add a new wrinkle. Every season there's a new goddamn wrinkle, and it's annoying because it's so confusing. It doesn't make any sense. But James Spader's awesome.
From the future,
so I'm going to keep watching until James Spader dies of coronavirus.
This show should have been like a limited miniseries, or like at least just do 3 seasons, maybe 5 tops.
NBC has no shows.
They're just milk things to
milk
death.
This shit until James Spader's in a wheelchair.
They're gonna milk them titties.
Yes. So let's move on. Watch it if you're a fan of James Spader or if you're really bored. So Supergirl, to our CW segment. Supergirl season 5 also ended prematurely. This show is my least favorite of all of the CW shows.
What is she wearing? Is she just...
She is wearing a female Justice Warrior.
Oh my god.
Pantsuit.
She's a female Justice Warrior pantsuit. Why is her face look all fat?
She's really cute though. I'd marry her in a sec. Oh no, she's really like fucking. She's a libertarian or whatever the hell dumb shit she is.
Lesbitarian?
Lesbitarian. I don't know what she is. She sucks in real
life. She sucks.
She's really cute,
her
but she is super fucking political, and she's an asshole.
Wow.
So anyway, Supergirl season 5, again, really political. The most political show of the CW series. Not bad. It's watchable, sorta.
Is it? No one else watches it.
It's got decent action. She's great in the lead role, but it's just there's been no real main villains up until this point. This season has been saved by the Luthors, Lex Luthor specifically. I can't recommend this show to anyone who hasn't been invested in it. Is Scott talking?
I don't know.
I think Scott's talking, but we can't hear him.
Scott's playing music and talking, so we can't hear him.
Okay, Scott, nobody cares what you're saying. You're fat. Anyway, so that, yeah, I can't, just don't watch it. Don't watch it unless you've watched it from the beginning. Let's move on. Batwoman, the lesbian show. Batwoman, where Ruby Rose has just quit. You didn't
even tell us that the audience was like, it was at like 40%.
Yeah, the audience, but then the fucking Rotten Tomatoes was like a 90%. It's weird.
That's because the critics are woke jokes.
Oh, yeah, it is a super woke show. That was the word I was looking for.
And they're woke jokes.
Yes. So Batwoman, Rotten Tomatoes, 79% critic, 13% audience score. Holy shit.
And 7,000 reviews.
So
they hate the show.
I don't think it's that bad. But
it cannot possibly be good.
It's better than Supergirl. I'll give it that.
Okay, that's not. It
ended on a strong note with a good character. So the premature ending actually worked in its favor. The way it set up a tease because it introduced Bruce Wayne.
But she's gone, so does it matter?
No, well, I didn't know that when I fucking ended the series. So it'll be interesting to see who they cast, honestly. It'll either crater in season 2 or it'll get better because Ruby Rose really wasn't that great, honestly.
I was watching the show until like the first 3 episodes.
I'm going to watch it just for shits and giggles.
God, do you have a voice box on you?
Oh.
Hey, how's that?
Oh.
That's a little better.
Anyway.
Yeah,
so we can't hear Scott, but that's probably a good thing. But it's not as bad as 13%. It's not as good as 79%. It's probably like a 50-50 coin toss.
It's like 25%.
Yeah, it's like 50.
Mostly garbage.
Anyway, then here's something we all watched, which is actually quite surprisingly good.
By accident.
Yes, by accident. Stargirl, the premiere, which was a DC streaming show. First, and it's airing on the CW, and it's the latest addition to the Arrowverse. Not really direct Arrowverse because it is Earth 2, not Earth Prime, but it's actually really good. Quality and production value is fantastic. You can tell they spent money because it's not CW produced.
So it's more like the other shows like Doom Patrol and Titans and those other shows.
Yes, it has good money backing it, essentially, as opposed to the CW, which is restricted to a cheap
garbage
Canadian based filming company. So it stars Breck Basinger, not related to Kim Basinger, as we found out.
She's unrelated.
She's actually quite good, honestly.
Is she? Because I don't feel like her character had any arc.
Did you watch this?
Did you? I didn't think you did. Did you?
I did.
Oh my God, you did?
I did.
You
I
watched something?
this, and I actually agree with Noob. This first episode was strong, and I'm interested, and I'm curious to see more.
I am as well. I will say I was pleasantly surprised. What did you say the Rotten Tomatoes meter is?
93% for tomato meter and 90% audience score. Granted, 30% or only 30 critic ratings and 118 audience, but still good reviews.
It was fun. They showed her being like the angst teenager, but didn't sit on it for too damn long. They got her into the staff right away. They
gave her a reason to be angsty, though, which I thought was at least valid. Like, she's not just a moody teenager for no reason, but she's genuinely, she's a fish out of water. She's a California girl in a Nebraska high school, and I that would be difficult for. It makes sense why it would be difficult.
I think what's his name was really good in it. The guy from Hangover, what's his name?
Wilson.
Luke Wilson.
There's a lot of famous people.
He is not in The Hangover, by the way.
Not in The Hangover. He is in Old School. That's what you're thinking of.
He is Owen Wilson's brother.
So Luke Wilson brings that always his, that earnestness and sincerity to every role where he plays Luke Wilson. But he's very good. I think the show's carried by them. And Amy Smart is also in it, which is shocking to see all these like movie stars in a TV show. And so is Joel Mchale.
Joel Mchale plays Starman. So
the titular character,
sorta. But that's the weird thing. Like there were some tonal inconsistencies in the opening scene because you basically see the Justice Society of America versus the Injustice Society
get murdered,
and there's just a whole lot of like murder and shit getting destroyed, and then Joel Mchale is dying making jokes. And it was a little weird, but
I liked it. I thought that was perfect. I thought that was really well done.
I couldn't keep track of who the characters were, but I thought it was pretty well done. Do you find it interesting that the marketing for it seems to almost sexualize her in some way, yet in the show, I didn't find her sexualized at all? And I'm not even sure what age she's supposed to be. I don't know if she's like 15.
She's definitely in high school.
Or 16.
Yeah, that is a good question. She's not driving yet.
Yeah, she doesn't have a driver's license. So I just thought that was odd. Did you find that odd, Scott?
That's very odd. I mean, you look at a picture like we have here on the screen, and it's like, yeah, we know that the actress is 21. Actually, the actress is 21 this week, but the character she's playing is supposed to be 15, maybe 16, if that.
Yeah, it's tough to say. So I don't really know where they're going with that, but it seemed like it was pretty, like, I don't know if you want to call it wholesome, but it was, it's amusing. It's got just enough levity. I'm looking forward to see where it goes. So maybe we'll continue to review it. We'll review the whole season.
I'm definitely going to watch it.
And I'm glad they
I
jumped
watch
in
everything
when
on
they
CW.
did. I'm glad they brought in Luke Wilson's robot character, her sidekick, whatever, right away. That's not a spoiler. You can actually see his leg in the picture there. They brought it in strong, and they did it right, I think.
Oh, you know what? I never even noticed that. That's a good point there. I never noticed that, and now that you pointed out, I can see it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So check it out. I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, like I said, I'm definitely gonna watch it. She cute. She cute.
Shy.
Better than Haley Steinfeld, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. So now let's get to an actual movie that we reviewed, and I don't know if we all saw it. I saw it. I know Z saw it.
I saw it.
The Wrong Missy, which is Adam Sandler's latest Netflix movie, not starring Adam Sandler.
No,
starring
in fact,
David Spade.
David Spade from Chris Farley and David Spade,
and every other Adam Sandler movie. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was decent. It was good.
When I saw David Spade and saw how like horrific he looked, he kind of looked like a weird monster plastic surgery thing. I wasn't sure if I could deal with it, but the guy really is a funny, genuinely funny, good comedic actor. And once I kind of settled into it, I was like, oh, I can get this. I totally dig this. And who's the girl? What's her name? What's the lead girl?
She's not super well known. What's her name? Lauren Lapkus.
She made the movie. I don't think any other actress could have carried.
Oh, she's insane.
Role. She is a monster in this movie. Like, I have never seen a character in a movie that was quite as horrific. There's been some pretty awful characters, like as not awful talent, awful like horrific human beings. She's some sort of monster, and somehow they make her likable, and it's fascinating, and I really thought the movie turned out well. Nick Swardson also stars in it. It was weird. Molly Sims is in it, but
Adam Sandler's wife's in it.
Yeah, his wife plays the Barracuda. kind of fascinating. So I thought, without the strength of the performances of Spade and Lauren Lapkus, would have been just a train wreck. But after watching it, I was like, wow, I kind of dig this. This was actually, I would say it's the best Sandler movie that's been on Netflix so far.
That's not really saying much.
Still, it's better than the Horrific 8 or whatever that movie was.
I don't even know. I have never watched an Adam Sandler.
None of the other movies he's ever made are memorable in any way, shape, or form. I will remember Lauren Lapkus' performance and David Spade in this. They were actually pretty amusing. There's actually a really, you know who's in it? Sarah Schulke from Rick and Morty and Scrubs fame.
Yes.
And she has a hilarious, there's kind of an orgy scene in it with her, which is pretty funny. It's just wild. I recommend it for sure. Although the audience and the for some reason, I've read some of the bad tomato score and the critic consensus because I'm a little surprised by this.
So the tomato meter is 37% with 41 reviewers, so not a lot. The audience score is 53% with 539. So let's see what they say.
I think they said it's the highest rated. It was the highest rated show over the weekend when it released. I guess last weekend. What was the critic consensus?
53%.
No, what was the critic consensus? I know it's so difficult for you to read.
37.
No, what did they say about the movie Dum Dum?
Lauren Lapkus lifts The Wrong Missy above abject failure, but this lazy comedy will be the wrong option for all but the most happy Madison Star viewers.
I would say it was a little lazy, but she definitely lifts the movie. What are some of the worst reviews?
Lapkus embarrasses herself with confidence. Her full throttle verve transcends the script like a water skier leaping over a great wave.
Wow, that's brutal.
Okay. One can't shake the impression that Spade has been handed his unwanted leftovers.
That's rude.
And then some good reviews. It's far from even 51st Dates, another island set Sandler rom-com, but in a weird way, The Wrong Missy works.
Rob Schneider was in it and is not even remotely funny.
Yeah, he's just kind of there.
He's just there.
Oh, Lord.
Hasn't he
raunchy slapstick rom-com with sex, language, and drinking. I mean, that's...
There was barely any... there was a couple of sex jokes, but one of the sex jokes is it's really hilarious. The one where she's on the plane.
Oh, and she's jerking him off.
For 40 minutes straight because she slipped him a cat tranquilizer.
Dog tranquilizer.
And just toward everyone on the plane is just hiding their face because they don't even want to look at her because it's so embarrassing. It's a really embarrassing movie, but I thought it was amusing.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. So watch it, Scott.
All right, I won't.
No, Scott
has no time to watch anything.
Yes, home drinking
alone, yet can't watch anything.
Because that's all I'm doing, just sitting around.
Very busy.
Nothing, just pulling my pecker, just...
It seems like it.
Oh, boy.
What did you bring to the review today? You saw Stargirl out of the 10 things we reviewed.
One episode of Stargirl.
One episode of
probably just Stargirl. To see a 16-year-old girl.
Just to see
that there's also things going on outside of just making sure you two have a good show on Friday nights. I
there's
have
not.
a life here. Things that I need to get done. Projects that need to be fucking finished. Shit
your sole purpose in life is to make us happy.
Built.
Your sole purpose in life is to make sure this show runs. We'll take care of the content.
Yes. If you didn't have this show, you'd probably be hanging from a ceiling fan if it could support your weight.
Noob genuinely made me laugh for once. Okay. I actually laughed at a Noob joke.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
I love you, Scott.
You're wrong.
Remember that time I bought you that really fancy Jameson? Does that let me get away with those jokes?
Nah, that's past. You
he needs a new bottle.
You're beyond that. You're gonna
oh, is that it? Is there anything else for the reviews or anything?
That's it.
Oh, man. Well, one thing I wanted to point out before we close out the show today is not only are we delivering our content here to you through all sorts of podcast venues like iTunes, Google Play Store, and I don't know, something else, Stitcher.
Google Plus, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes. We have
been added to Spotify, correct?
Yes.
So much like Joe Rogan, we have also moved to Spotify. We also wanted to point out that, YouTube and all the other algorithms and the things that defeat, small content creators like ourselves, The one way that you can really help us out is by sharing this video and giving us a like. It really does do a lot for the channel. And the only way we've grown is through you, through the fans, and by sharing our content with people and letting them know that you enjoy contributing and hanging out with us and listening. So please share our content, and maybe Noob will do a dance for you.
Shirtless.
And if you like what you hear this week, go on over to Instagram at @ork_u to check us out there. Go to facebook.com/ourreviews-will-kill-you. And if you're listening to us on one of those podcast venues we mentioned earlier, and you don't know about us on YouTube, go to youtube.com/ourreviews-will-kill-you to check us out there. We are live Friday nights. The chat is open. We want to hear from you. We want you to join in. We want to play with you.
We also have our exclusively YouTube show that we do live during the week as well, which is the OrkU chat room, where we'll discuss current topics of the week. We'll debate some things and have some awesome guests. We've already had mid-level movie reviews, and we've also had movie files, and we also had Sean from the Sensibly Cynical podcast. We actually have a couple other guests lined up that we hope you're excited about, because we're really excited to have them come and contribute, and maybe bring you guys some insight and some fun and some laughter and some good times. So from all of us here at OrkU, to all of y'all at home, all of y'all, we fully love you. I think that's a heart. I don't know.
Yay.
Love y'all.
Fear.